Hi, Theater Arts. Today I'm going to be walking you through your musical theater day number 2 assignment. I hope you enjoyed getting to know musicals on that first day, and now we're on to our next day. So, when you open up your assignment, you're going to see that we're working on TEAG 5B and 5C. And so TEAG 5B is to develop simple oral and written observations about different aspects of theater performances. And so that means that you are able to watch a theater performance and describe it, talk about the different parts of it, and the different elements that go into making a production. And then 5C is identifying those production elements of theater, film, television, and other media. So not only can you talk about what you see in the performance, but you can pick out how each part works together. And so that's what we're going to be working on doing as we get to know musicals a little bit better. We're going to watch a lot of examples. We're going to be seeing, eventually we will watch a whole musical as well. And so we want to get really good at looking for those different qualities and characteristics of musicals. And so what you're going to do first is you're going to begin by entering your last name, comma, your first name. And then you are going to select your theater class period, which should be one of these here. When you get onto the warm-up page, you're going to see we have our stretching timer here, as well as the examples of stretches. Remember that even if you cannot do the full stretch routine that I'm marking right now that we usually do in class, it's a good idea to take some time to stretch in whatever way that you can, whatever way that works best for you. And so that might be just doing maybe some nice slow head rolls. Kind of try to work out that tension in your neck. Rolling those shoulders, lifting them up and down, doing some arm circles, little ones to the front and to the back, big ones. Maybe stretching your arms over your head. Leaning over to the right and left. To the back even, just any little movement to kind of get the blood pumping and wake you up a little bit more. You can mark the ones that we would normally do in our stretch routine, or you can click the other option and tell me a little bit about the stretches that you did do. Once you're done stretching the main part of your body, now we're going to work on stretching your face. We're going to start out with our deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, at least 3 to 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. A jaw massage. Remember, we start in small circles here by our ears, and you're working your way along your jawline towards your chin. We can do big face and little face. Big and little. Big and little. And the last thing we'll do for our warm-up today is pick a couple of tongue twisters to say. You can say any of the ones that are here on the slides that I always provide for you, or any other tongue twisters you might know, such as Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, Sally sells seashells down by the seashore, rubber baby buggy bumpers, any combination of tongue twisters that you know or that you have heard us use in class or in my videos before are totally acceptable. Once you get onto the daily activity page, you're going to see that, as I mentioned before, we're continuing on with musicals. And so today, I know your assignment says Tuesday. When you get this assignment, it will probably be on a Thursday. We did take a couple of days off from posting assignments due to the benchmark. And so you can just kind of ignore that it says Tuesday. Don't worry about it. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to watch a video featuring musical creator Lin-Manuel Miranda. Lin-Manuel is the creator of both In the Heights and Hamilton, two great musicals that I'm sure you will hear about as we continue on going through musical week. Today, we are also going to be learning what is the basic story structure that a musical follows, as well as look at the three elements that really work together to make a musical. And so what you'll do is you will start off by watching the video below. You can play it here in the small player.
Cancer Institute discovered
an
the
ad.
PD-L1 pathway.
Blocking the PD-L1 protein.
Where is my ad blocker?
Attack
Cancer. PD-L1 saved my
Wow,
life.
this is really annoying. I hate ads
Saved
so
my
much, you
life.
guys. I'm sorry. I think because it's in the little player, my ad blocker didn't work because I do have an ad blocker on my computer. But anyway, so you can play it in the small player or you can open it up in another tab. It's a very short video, 3:7. And so basically what happens in this video is here's Lin. This is Lin-Manuel right here.
There's a part in.
And so what he's doing is he's visiting a school full of students just like you guys, and he's taking their questions and answering them. And so he's going to talk a little bit about his process and questions that the students have about writing and performing in the Broadway musical Hamilton. He wrote the musical, a little background about Hamilton. He wrote the musical Hamilton about our founding fathers. Hamilton takes place right about the time in the Revolutionary War when we were becoming a country, and then the aftermath after we won our independence from Great Britain and all of the things that were happening, exciting things that were happening in our brand new government at that time. And so you'll watch the video about Lin. And it's just a fun, whoops, I'm on the wrong page. It's just a fun, interesting little video with those questions and answers from students. And so after you watch the video, you'll answer this little prompt here. So in the musical Hamilton, there is a song called Wait For It. In that song, the character who's singing, his name is Aaron Burr. He's kind of like the enemy of Hamilton, or he is the enemy of Hamilton. And they start off on a very similar path, but they're kind of opposite in the way that they choose to deal with the world. Hamilton, the main character of Hamilton, he jumps right into things. He's not afraid to take risks. He's not afraid to try and make things happen very quickly. Versus Aaron Burr is more cautious. I wouldn't say he's a coward, but he is opposite of Hamilton in the sense that he is the type of person who is going to take his time with his choices. He's not immediately going to jump into something. He's going to wait to see what the best possible outcome for him will be, and then make a choice on what he wants to do. And so you're going to answer in this question, have you ever had to finish something, but it was hard to get started? Did you complete the task quickly, like Hamilton would do? Or did you wait for it, like Aaron Burr would do? And so you're going to write 4 to 5 sentences in the box. You can tell me to make up those 4 to 5 sentences. You can tell me tell me a little bit about the situation. What was the problem? What was the thing that you had to finish? Why do you think you had such a hard time getting started? What was difficult about it or what was challenging? And then how did it end? Did you get through the task quickly or did you wait for it? And so you're going to put your answer here in the box below. You can pause this video now if you need extra time to think and reflect and work on your 4 to 5 sentences. Once you're done, we'll continue on to common structure of musicals. So, if you have never seen a musical before, I will tell you that musicals tend to be kind of long. It's like the same way that if you watch a long movie that you'd expect it to be about, 2.5 to 3 hours. If it's a really long movie, that's about how long most musicals are. Most full-length musicals are anywhere between 1 hour and 30 minutes to 2.5, 3 hours long. And despite the fact that they're so long, most musicals follow this basic structure here. These are the different parts. The first thing you'll hear when you sit as the audience into your seat to watch a musical is the overture. So the overture is kind of like a musical introduction. So in the overture, it's just music, and usually you'll hear little bits or little pieces of songs that you're going to hear throughout the main part of the musical. So that overture will play for a little bit. It kind of gives you, like it says here, a preview of what the show is going to sound like. Then you'll have act one of the show. So act one is like all of the scenes and songs in the beginning part of the show. Usually in a musical, we have 2 acts. And so these are basically the first half of the show and then the second half. Usually act 2 is a little bit shorter than act 1. Act 1 is going to give you the biggest chunk of the show. So you'll watch in the musical, you'll sit and you'll watch act 1. And then before you move on to act 2, the second part and conclusion of the play, you'll have an intermission. An intermission is a break from the performance in order to for the audience to refresh and also for the actors to refresh. I bet you've probably been in a situation where either at school or when you go to watch a movie or maybe even watching a play where it's going on for a long time. And so you get tired of sitting. And so there's a break there in between so that the actors can take a moment to refresh. And then audience, it's a good time for audience members to go to the restroom, go get a drink, or even maybe a little snack. And it's just a break for everybody from the performance. And this intermission usually lasts between 10 to 20 minutes long. Then you'll see the second part of the play. And then at the end of Act 2, once the play is over, you'll have a curtain call. Usually in the curtain call, there's music. Usually the actors will sing a little bit of a song that you heard earlier in the play. And this is where the actors will take their bow for the audience. And it's a moment where you as an audience member watching the musical, you get to applaud, cheer, and basically recognize the actors for the hard work they did in putting on the performance for you. The last thing you do is your exit music. And so exit music is just music that the orchestra will play as the actors are leaving the stage and as people start to clear out of the theater. And so you're going to use this slide and everything I just told you to answer your questions here. And so we talked about yesterday that musicals involve spoken dialogue, so talking, dancing, as well as music. Now we're going to talk about what the actual script of the musical has. The script of the musical also has 3 parts. And so those 3 parts are music, lyrics, and the book. So the book is the story of the show. And this generally refers to the dialogue or the words between the characters, the talking parts of the show. The next part is the lyrics. So the lyrics are simply the words to the songs. And the music is the instrument patterns and sounds. It's the music written down so that anyone who's playing an instrument and can read music will know what notes to play for the show if they are part of the orchestra. We call the music and the lyrics together since they both have to do with music. Sometimes we combine those when we talk about it. And so the lyrics and music together, we call that the score of the musical. And so you'll answer your reflection questions for that slide. And then the last thing we'll do today is we're going to watch a short video from a musical titled Into the Woods. Into the Woods is a very famous musical. It has been done time and time again on stage and also made into a movie that you might have seen. And so after you're done watching the performance, you're going to write 1 or 2 sentences describing what you thought of the performance and what you think this musical is about based on the performance you saw. And then for your exit ticket question, you're going to answer what are the 3 components or parts of a musical. Hint, hint, these right here. Once you are done answering your questions, you'll click submit, and then that's it. You're done for the day. I hope this video was helpful to you. Remember, you can always reach out to me on Google Classroom comments, Remind, email, or by popping in on our live sessions during the day. Well, that's it for today, everyone. Remember, today is a great day. You are in control of you. Every day is a great day to try your best. I'll see you all in our next video. I hope you've enjoyed learning about musicals. Bye.